destroy these monsters, my lord. The 4 greatest turtles.
Hey, all right.
Ever to go down in history.
It's just your ordinary time travel equal mass displacement kind of thing. Kids.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
Help, I'm a turtle and I can't get up.
Cowabunga, I am excited today. We get to finish the original Ninja Turtles trilogy with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. I cannot wait to see what awesomeness we have locked inside of this disc. The first one was this dark movie, not necessarily for adults, not necessarily for children, but it had elements for both mixed perfectly as the Turtles fought their arch nemesis Shredder. Part 2 was like an awesome episode of the cartoon series. Really campy, really goofy, but entertaining overall. So I'm wondering what we're going to find here. After all, Ninja Turtles does have an extremely rich collection of villains. I wonder if this time maybe we'll get Krang and the Rock Soldier Army from Dimension X, or maybe Baxter Stockman will send his robot Mousers to go after our heroes, and then he'll turn into a giant mutant fly. Let's find out.
Prince Kenshin, you must turn back. Return with us at once! No!
Take him prisoner! No! You'll have to kill me first! Give up your weapon!
It looks like it's the right movie. I mean, it says Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. What can I say? If you ask a Turtles fan about the first movie, there tends to be a universal love for that one. Turtles 2 gets mixed opinions. You either like it or you hate it. But Ninja Turtles 3, it's rare to encounter somebody that genuinely likes that movie. Let's go ahead and establish everything you need to know about the storyline in this masterpiece. Feudal Japan, an age where warlords controlled the islands of Japan. In this story, the current ruler, Lord Norinaga, rules with an iron fist, and the people he rules don't like him very much, so a young woman named Mitsu leads a rebellion against his forces. And at the same time, his son Kenshin hates his father and wants nothing but peace. He also happens to be in love with Mitsu, who's leading the rebellion against his father, causing more strain in their relationship. And then there's Walker, the main villain of the story, or as I like to call him, Evil Diet John Smith. He's as interesting as his name, Walker. He's a British arms dealer trying to get Lord Norinaga to buy weapons from him to use against the rebels. He also has his own gang of henchmen, which are even less interesting than he is. That's right, no Shredder, no Krang, no Bebop and Rocksteady, just Walker.
Son of a snapper!
That's the setting for this entire movie. If someone were to sit down and tell you that entire scenario, what kid would sit there and think, wow, that sounds like an amazing Ninja Turtles movie. I can't wait! Well, here's how the Turtles are involved. Turns out there's a prophecy that 4 green demons are going to appear to defeat Norinaga. And of course, it's the Turtles. How are the Turtles supposed to defeat him if they haven't even been born yet? Time travel. There happens to be a magic scepter that Kenshin finds that is somehow capable of switching people through time. But the Turtles don't get sent back through time. April happened to find the scepter in the future, at a flea market or something, I don't know. And she wanted to give it to the Turtles as a present. And oh no!
No way! She's a man!
Kenshin and April switch places. And oh yeah, apparently time travel also switches your clothing and ensures that it fits both parties perfectly, although their height, weight, and physique are totally different.
Kappa! Ohayo gozaimasu.
Whoa. You have that effect on people, don't you, Master?
And you'd think that the Turtles would be a little more shocked or concerned for their friend after what just happened in front of them.
No way!
We'll get back to April in a second. But let's take a quick look at the turtles. What the fuck happened? Their suits look atrocious. How is it that they look so great in the first movie? Suits so well done that they had genuine expressions on their faces at times, and you don't even think of them as anything but live mutated turtles while watching. How is it that years later, when technology should have gotten better, the suits look like some cheap garbage you would see on a kid's TV series versus a full theatrical movie? Oh, wait a minute, they did that too? Oh my god, that looks even worse somehow. This is the first time Jim Henson's Creature Shop wasn't used to produce the suits, and believe me, it shows. Since the suits are a slightly brighter green than the original ones, you can see where the bottom of the mask meets with the neckline clearer than ever, especially on the Blu-ray release in all its high-definition glory. They also have these ugly dark blotches on their skin, and there's these very noticeable gaps between their headbands and their faces that I could not stop staring at in some scenes. It looks like the seams were just coming apart or something as the movie progressed. I have no idea. They didn't even try with these costumes. And the expressions almost never match the excitement of what they're saying, mostly providing either dead expressions, overly exaggerated ones, or creepy looks with their eyes. And Splinter looks like a shitty Sesame Street puppet. A puppet so shitty that the creators of the movie hid him behind a window throughout most of the movie, obscuring his bottom half completely. Again, just like the turtles, he's almost completely expressionless, and looks like a plush doll you'd win at a carnival. What a slap in the face to the martial arts master that flipped Shredder from the roof of a building in the first movie. So now that we've established the costumes suck beyond belief, what about the story? Now, maybe the story's not so bad. Well, that sucks too, and couldn't be any more boring and expected than it already is. April's stuck in the past and Kenshin is stuck in the present with the turtles. And of course, Donatello instantly figures out how time travel works.
Let's see here. If I subtract the cosine from the inverted integer, then I can take the flangular and put that here. Oh, that's it! Of course! It's equal mass displacement. See guys, for every one of us that goes back, someone from the past will come here. But the problem is, that switch will only work under one condition. You know what that is? Tuesdays? Groundhog's Day?
So the turtles use the scepter to go back in time to rescue April, and the turtles end up joining the rebels, fighting Norinaga's men every once in a while, wearing samurai-like armor, until they decide to fight in the nude. Then Norinaga realizes that these are the demons from the prophecy coming to get him, and he wants them destroyed, while Walker is trying to sell him cannons to get rid of the turtles. And the turtles' ultimate goal is to find the scepter. Now I'm sure I can go into more plot detail than this, but I'm getting sleepy just talking about it. The plot's boring, and those are all the main ideas you really need to know. And the humor in this movie, I can't. The humor in this movie is out of control. None of it makes sense. None of it's funny. And none of it has any context leading up to that joke. They just say things.
Hey, Kappa!
Kappa? Cappuccino? That makes me hyper.
Kenshin's dad must be really seriously rich. I think I saw this place once on Lifestyles of the Rich and Dangerous. Hey, you were expecting maybe the Addams Family?
Good one.
That's not even funny. Like, why an Addams Family comment?
Yeah, and it looks like you're having a rough day.
It makes no sense. I do take back what I said about everything being unfunny. I admit there was maybe one or two things that gave me a slight chuckle, if you will. When April goes back in time, her Walkman falls off and starts playing, and all these Japanese dudes think it's some kind of witchcraft weapon, and they go apeshit on it.
Next time, ask me to turn it off.
I thought that was kind of funny. Some of the brotherly banter is a bit entertaining still. Not at the levels of the previous movies, but not super terrible sometimes.
Later, Popeye.
I'm gonna get that guy. Did you hear what he called me, Leo?
Yeah, an ugly lump of dung.
What? That was an insult, Leo.
Not necessarily, Raph. Did you know that in some countries, dung is used as a fuel source? Dung is used as a fuel source.
What?
And when we first see the turtles, they come out in a dance routine for no reason. It makes no sense. But I always find it entertaining when the turtles are dancing to music for no reason. Probably the worst humor to find in this movie are the running gags, which, again, make no sense. They keep trying to do this bit, trying to make Hawaiian jokes. I don't know why. I guess they thought it'd be funny, but it ends up completely out of left field. Nobody was talking about Hawaii. Nobody was talking about tropical vacations. I don't know.
What?
Mikey? Why are you wearing shorts?
Yo, dude!
Huh?
Yo, dude! Just like Elvis in Blue Hawaii.
And then there's this guy, I have no idea what his name is, nor do I care. One of Walker's henchmen. The turtles give him a wet willy, and he freaks out. Okay, that's fine once, but then they do the same gag again.
Wet willy.
But not just that, they take it to the extreme, and he gets a third wet willy from himself.
Guess what time it is?
Why? In fact, throughout this entire experience, I kept asking myself why, after almost every single scene. There's this other scene where the turtles and April fall in some mud, and they slowly pan the camera over to each turtle one by one, so each one has a chance to deliver a joke. The scene goes on and takes way too much time as they all struggle to get back up. And when the turtles see Walker riding a horse, they make a Clint Eastwood joke that, again, lasts way too long, with Western music edited in the background.
Clint Eastwood?
Nah.
Huh?
This isn't funny. The humor is out of control. I think that's the biggest issue with this movie. They went completely crazy with the jokes, and you can argue that the second movie went a bit crazy too, with the ninja rap and all, but at least that entire movie was goofy.
Get off me! Babies! They're babies!
But Turtles 3 feels like two completely different movies with completely different tones fused together. A serious story about a rebellion fighting against an abusive warlord, and then the four turtles in awful costumes running around making gags. It just doesn't work in any way, shape, or form. And one of the best things about the original was that it had genuine heart, making you feel something for the turtles and their relationship with their master Splinter. The closest that Turtles 3 comes to having any kind of heart is Raphael's relationship with the little boy Yoshi. I'm not entirely sure why he started forming such a close bond with this kid, since there was absolutely no build-up towards it. He just cares. And then right at the end of this movie, they throw in this weird romance between Michelangelo and Mitsu.
I want to stay here with you.
You will always be here with me. Michelangelo.
What? There hasn't been any build-up towards this either. Again, why? I can't believe I almost forgot about Casey Jones, the awesome vigilante buddy of the Turtles from the first movie. After being mysteriously gone completely from the second movie, he's back. And to say that he's wasted in this one is an understatement. When the Turtles traveled back in time, they were swapped with Japanese dudes from the past. The entire time, Casey Jones is on screen. He is doing nothing but babysitting them and trying to keep them all under control. That's it. He fights no crime, he fights no villainy. He babysits. He teaches them hockey, he shows them TV, and he takes them out into the city.
Yeah, okay, come on, get it together. Just wanted to give you guys a nice peek at the future. All right? Bet you guys feel lucky to be going back, right? Yeah?
They're lucky we're going back.
This can really screw up history.
Speaking about Casey, we also have fake Casey Jones. April runs into an ancestor of Casey in the past that happens to look exactly like him with a haircut. So out of all the centuries that have passed, all the people that have lived throughout that time period, throughout all the locations on the planet, and April goes back in time to that one specific point in history, and she runs into Casey Jones' ancestor. I understand that there is a suspension of disbelief that you really need when you watch these kind of movies, but damn, every single star in the universe must have aligned for all of this to coincide in that moment. But if that wasn't enough, the ridiculous meter gets turned up to 1,000.
Yeah, you look familiar too.
I don't even know what to say about this that hasn't been already said. Oh, and fake Casey Jones ends up being bad, but then he becomes not so bad by the end. Spoiler alert. Not that you're going to care about any of these plot elements while watching this movie. By the end of the movie, there's a big final battle, and the turtles defeat Norinaga in a fight that's actually way better than anything else in the movie, and not bad at all, which I found extremely shocking. Also ending in a very Ninja Turtles way.
Go ahead, finish me.
Okay.
There. Short enough for you?
But then, in the final stand against Walker, the most interesting villain in movie history, we're treated to some of the worst editing I have ever seen. Did you see that? Let me replay it for you. Walker falls into the ocean, and the editors didn't even bother to put in a splash effect. I swear. He falls in the water and just disintegrates? I don't know. When I noticed this, my mouth dropped and I could not believe what I was seeing. In a full Hollywood motion picture, they just skipped editing this part. Then again, I really don't know what I should have really expected from this. The turtles get the scepter, the bad guys are defeated, and they go back to the present. That's the movie. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 is garbage. After one genuinely outstanding movie and another fun, cheesy, and entertaining sequel, this is what we got. This. And oh my god. They printed the subtitle Turtles in Time on the disc. How dare you? Turtles in Time. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. Turtles in Time. This is a lie. It is a filthy lie. Turtles in Time is a genuine classic game, and it should have no relation to this movie at all. Actually, the original release of this movie doesn't say anything about Turtles in Time. They did that later to capitalize on the success of the video game. And actually, if you look at the introduction sequence for this movie, where do you see Turtles in Time in the title screen? It's not there. It's a lie. How dare you? This is pure evil. I'm done talking about this shit. Wasting away my life watching shitty movies. Watch it if you want to. You'll regret it. I don't care.
Oh look, Don King.
If you enjoyed this video, leave me a like and a comment down below letting me know. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on social media. You can also check out some of my other videos or click my Patreon link if you'd like to support GamerThumbTV. This is Fabian. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.